From October 17, this is important, 2008, what Obama said he would do. And I have it in full context, so I'm not accused of playing around with the clip. Cut 9, go.
The problem is not technical, and the problem is not, sufficient mastery of the legislative intricacies of Washington. The problem is, can you get the American people to say this is really important and force their representatives to do the right thing? That requires mobilizing a citizenry. That requires them understanding what is at stake. And climate change is a great example. When I was asked earlier about the issue of coal, under my plan of a cap and trade system, electricity rates would necessarily skyrocket. Even, regardless of what I say about whether coal is good or bad, because I'm capping greenhouse gases, coal-powered plants, natural gas, you name it, whatever the plants were, whatever the industry was, they would have to retrofit their operations. That will cost money. They will pass that money on to consumers. You can already see what the arguments are going to be during the general election. People will say, Obama and Al Gore, these folks, they're going to destroy the economy. This is going to cost us $8 trillion or whatever their number is. If you can't persuade the American people that, yes, there is going to be some increase in electricity rates on the front end,
you said skyrocket.
Over the long term, because of combinations of more efficient energy usage and changing light bulbs and more efficient appliances.
Yeah, that'll do it, light bulbs.
Let me technology improving how we can produce clean energy, that the economy will benefit. If we can't make that argument persuasively enough, you can be Lyndon Johnson. You can be the master of Washington. You're not going to get that done.
And that long, rambling nonsense, you can see the man has no idea what he's doing. But he does know the consequences of what he's doing. That is why I'm playing that. Energy prices are going to, quote, skyrocket, unquote. That's 3 years ago. That's what he said. That's what's happening. And that was January 17, 2008. He said something else. Remember, coal is the primary source for electricity in this country. He said this, cut 10, go.
Let me sort of describe my overall policy. I mean, what I've said is that we would put a cap and trade system in place that is as aggressive, if not more aggressive, than anybody else's out there. I was the first to call for 100% auction on the cap and trade system, which means that every unit of carbon or greenhouse gases was emitted would be charged to the polluter.
Stop. Now, think about that. Every unit of carbon dioxide emitted, or he says greenhouse gases emitted. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. So in other words, every unit of water vapor emitted, since water vapor is the largest element in greenhouse gases, he's completely clueless. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. But he says that the quote-unquote polluter, that is anyone who emits water vapor or anything that emits water vapor or carbon dioxide, which, of course, as you know, is used by plants through photosynthesis to create oxygen, that's a polluter. So we're all walking, talking polluters? Our pets are polluters? Livestock, they're polluters? Endangered species, they're polluters? The man talking about. And you should be charged, he said 100% auction on the cap and trade system. In other words, he would charge for every unit of carbon or greenhouse gases emitted. That's what he said. That would destroy our industries. That would destroy our farmers. No way could they survive. And suddenly they're all going to be called polluters. A farmer's a polluter because he has livestock? Oh, and you're a polluter if you have a lot of kids, too. The more kids you have, the bigger polluter you are. Get it? Because they exhale after they breathe in. That's how sick this is. Go ahead, Mr. Producer.
That will create a market in which whatever technologies are out there that are being presented, whatever power plants that are being built, that they would have to meet the rigors of that market and the ratcheted down caps that are imposed every year.
Stop. So whatever's being done out there, whatever's being built out there, whoever's doing whatever, I'm going to impose all these costs on you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're doing. I have no idea how your industry works. I don't have a clue. It doesn't really matter, he says. I'm going to put a model that I've concocted between my ears on top of whatever you're doing, and I'm going to drive up your costs and, of course, drive many people out of business. This is what they've been doing at the Environmental Protection Agency. Go ahead.
So if somebody wants to build a coal power plant, they can. It's just that it will bankrupt them because they're going to be charged a huge sum for all that greenhouse gas that's being emitted.
Somebody's going to build a coal power plant, they can, but this will bankrupt them. We actually have a president, a federal government, that wants to bankrupt coal-powered plants that create electricity. Most of our plants that create electricity are coal-powered. We have so much coal in this nation. It's such a wonderful natural resource for us. And they write it off completely. So we're not going to use coal. So we're not going to drill in deep water. So we're not going to drill in new areas in and off Alaska. We're not going to drill off of California. We're not going to drill off of Florida. Well, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Where do you think this stuff comes from? Alaska's out. The shorelines are out. The deep waters are out. The coal mines are out. Where the hell are we going to go? Where are we going to get it? This is why the price for oil and gasoline are going up. This is why the price for electricity is going up. Because it's an intentional part of his agenda.